Welcome back to Haywood Valley Raceway, hometown track of Chase Family Racing. And today I just want to talk a little bit about the upcoming stock box tournament we're going to be having here at Haywood Valley Raceway. Coming up in mid-April, we've got a stock tournament, Matchbox only, stock vehicles, racing down Haywood Valley Raceway to see who's got the fastest Matchbox on the circuit track. A couple things I just wanted to clarify about that tournament. Number one, it's full. Number two, the weight classes are as follows. Class 1 will be cars that weigh 42 grams and under, and that's anything in the 42, 42.0 to 42.9. And then the second class is 62 grams and under, and that goes 62.0 up to 62.9. If you hit 63, your car will be smashed. Anyways, the rules are simple. A stock Matchbox of your choice, and the only modification allowed will be wheel sanding to allow people to get the smoothest roll possible out of their vehicles. No coning, no squaring, no any other cylindrical shape or non-cylindrical shape will be allowed. Just simple sanding, just to keep it fair, and that's that. So I know there's been some questions about what cars will fit on the track, what cars won't. I know there's a lot of different widths and whatnot going on with Matchbox. So I want to give a quick example of some of the things that will fit on this track and that do well. In the 42 gram and under category, here's a quick example. Sorry about all the shadows. All these cars are under the 42 gram weight limit. They all handle the track really well. And then in that just under 62 gram category, we've got some of these bad boys here. Just a few of the many that will rip down the track. Like this El Camino, for instance. Get a weight on this guy. This guy rips down the track. I'd run it right now, but I got all those cars in the way. So he comes in at 59.9. Metal on metal. And it does well. Some of the cars that will not fit, such as this Porsche with the Starburst wheels, you can just tell it's wide. I mean, it doesn't fit on the orange track, or it's riding on top there, ain't going nowheres. And you can tell by that shape, got those giant wide wheels, the wide axles in the back. This won't make it. I picked up this beauty of a laser wheel Ferrari. Like, thing looks dope, but also too wide. It's got that wide rear axle, and it just cannot. Well, this one actually kind of squeezes in, but he ain't going nowhere on this track. The grind along the side, it's not going anywhere, which is unfortunate because I'd like to run a few of those. I know there's also some concerns with like the ridged bottoms or the ridges around these wheels on a lot of the newer Matchboxes, which is a shame that they do that. What are you gonna do? But a lot of these right here don't have that. A lot of the older models and the super fast models don't have that. Like here's a GTO, one of their super fast models, and no ridges. 40.9, so we fit in that under 42 category. Let's see here. And this thing handles the track pretty well. Rides a little high, so if they're going too fast, every once in a while we get a little flip off the track. But if you're looking for something for this race or digging through your collection, I've noticed this type of, when you see this type of wheel and rim, like this rim with this wider shaped rim, it just has those ridges on it. It's still a super fast model, and I believe a lot of those super fast models have nickel plated axles. So it's got some potential to it. And here's another super fast model, but you can see how the wheel is different, or the rim is different, and no ridges. So I've never found any of those ridges on this style wheel. I do find them on that style wheel, but even so, they still tend to run pretty good. When you look at this rim here, also no ridges. So I'll just keep that in mind. No ridges on these old Starbursts and on the laser wheel models. Like here's one here, super fast model, and this style rim, no ridges on these ones as well. So I don't think I've found any with this style rim that have the ridges on it either. So generally, this style rim, you're gonna find the ridges. So if you're ordering something online, you haven't seen it, if it's got that wider, I don't know how you would describe these, but I call them more like the wider spokes, you're probably gonna have ridges. And the thinner spoked, no ridges. Here's another style wheel. A lot of the ones on the the Matchbox City models, you'll see this style rim with no ridges. This Porsche is actually pretty darn light, I believe. 30.8. 30.8 for this. Handles the track really well. Not quite as fast as the others. It is pretty light, but I bet somebody out there could get one pretty cooking down this track. But in the future, I think this might be a nice mod. It's got that long, wide wheelbase. Definitely got some room for weight in this thing. Well, this is one of the super fast Corvettes. It's got those that wide rim, and it's got the ridges on it. But for whatever reason, ridges are not 40.1 grams, and this car is pretty fast. There's another Mustang. This is like 37 grams. It's got ridges on it. I sanded the poop out of this thing to try to get it smoothed out as best as possible. And it works. If you sand, you can hammer it, and it will get a little smoother. And you have to really go at it for a while to make a giant difference, but whatever. And also, like here's this, check this out. Bam. I was digging through my stuff. 55.5 on this Mercedes. It's a super fast Mercedes, and it's got no ridges. It's got that style rim on there that I've never found the ridges on. This one I'm working on it, so I've taken it apart, but right now it looks like crap, but sometime soon it will be finishing last place in a race somewheres. This Coca-Cola Mustang rips down the track. It's metal on metal at 58.6 on this, and no ridges. Again, it's got that wheel, that rim style. It doesn't have the ridges. It's the matching set to that El Camino, and these both are metal on metal. They're pretty burly, and they've got some potential to them. They came in a set. I think I got it for like $11, brand new in the box. And of course, you know, these classics, all fast, real smoke shows. This Corvette, 56.7. I know a lot of racers have this one in their collection. It's the Matchbox Corvette, representing like their 50 states series, and I think this one is Indiana. And I actually think this has the ridges on it. Let me check. I think it has ridges, but I can't tell. I can't remember now. Did I sand it? No, I didn't sand it. I don't know, but I don't believe there's ridges on this. And if there is, they're very, very small, because as anybody who has one of these can attest, it's got some speed to it. Don't forget about these Daytonas. They're wide. This one here says 46.4. It's wide, but it handles the track just fine, along with that Corvette. So anyways, like I said, a lot of these cars vary in sizes, but they handle the track just fine. There's a couple that people have asked me about that are castings I just don't have, so I can't be positive. But, you know, this Sierra is pretty wide, and it fits on the track just fine. So if you got one of these and you want to compare it to something else to see if it would fit, that's a good idea. The one issue I find with cars here and there is when they hit this 3D printed corner, you see like the your driver and passenger side mirrors, you know, on some vehicles they can stick out just a little bit too much. And so depending on the height, when they come through here, those mirrors will hit. And I have cars that will come flying, and then they hit this section and just and come to a screeching, disappointing halt. There's one pretty cool casting that I know Dave over there at Elevation Diecast is a big fan of, and that's the Audi Avis, and got two of these, this gold one and a white one, and they don't fit on the track, too wide. They fit on the orange track, and it makes it all the way down, and then as soon as it gets here, it like starts to slow down, because this 3D printed section is a little bit thinner, but by the time it hits the corner, it goes, and that's that. Too wide. So I picked up a white one, and I picked up this gold one, took it out of the package, and gave it a run just to realize It didn't work. So maybe that'll be a mod someday somewheres. But right now it'll sit there. Oh, maybe it'll be part of a prize pack or something for a winner. Looking forward to the upcoming tournament, guys. So, you can use this as a reference if you're digging through your collection to try to find some things to work on and send in, or if you're going to buy something. These are, some potentials. Keep an eye on those rims. If you're not looking for ridges, stay away from the wide ones. And stay away from anything that's like brand new in the last 5 years, probably 10 years, because they suck crap. So, with that being said, everybody, have a good day. And if you see a Hot Wheels scalper at your local Walmart or Target, feel free to punch them in the face.